Hello, my name is Lesley Atherton, and this is my short story called Despair and Joy, Joy and Despair. Joy. Carrie had stared with delight at the face of her newborn son, Alfie. The name suited him, and Carrie's staring didn't end. When he reached 2 days old, she traced the contours of his face with her eyes. 10 days old, 6 months, still staring. Her sister told her that even though her own son was 15, she still stared, and Carrie had laughed, looking forward to the prospect of such a relationship with her little Alfie. He wrapped his tiny worm fingers around her own and breathed with the tiniest of wheezes. Carrie could not have been happier. Despair. Alfie's 3rd birthday. In the car's mirror, Carrie noted her red, broken-veined face, then glanced down at her arms. Torchlight illuminated the heightened veins there too. Blue veins they were. Almost black, they were prominent, erupting from her pale, powdery skin. Her eyes returned to her face in the mirror. Those eyes shocked even her. They were dull in a way she'd never seen before, even at the height of her grief. Just one final drink, she'd been telling herself for weeks now. But just one more had turned into one more after that, then another and another. She turned her torch off. Being a realist, despite her circumstances, Carrie knew she had to give up. She had to give up being without him. An overdose would be too easy. Oh, she had access to illegal, strong stuff via friends of friends. But that was too risky, too cowardly, too lazy. That's what had brought her here, to the edge of rationality in a country pub's car park. She had to make the steps and take the actions, as this could not and must not be a passive act. She must be reaching out, desperately clinging to and hoping for release. 4:30 a.m, pitch black, deathly quiet, with just the hum of traffic to disturb the calm. Just late enough and dark enough for nobody to intervene, just early enough so her body would immediately be noticed and would not lie unfound for hours. Carrie could never stand being alone. In dark and silence, she switched on her torch again. 4:31 a.m. The open window allowed a breeze and a spray of insistent drizzle into the car, cooling the back of her neck. She almost didn't feel the cold and wet, and she certainly wasn't afraid of the dark. But she was afraid of the growing feeling ramming itself into her barely there consciousness. Afraid? Just a little, yes. Yes, just a little. She'd been aware for some time that she couldn't take much more. The voice came to her again. Do it, the voice insisted. Embracing and anticipating the joy she knew would soon be hers, Carrie left her misery in the car and walked out of the pub's car park towards the motorway bridge. She would not wait for light to arrive, for every minute here in this place meant one less minute with him. She reached the railings at the bridge's centre, and clutching poor Alfie's favourite teddy, she jumped. Joy. There he was, Alfie. He reached for Teddy with his usual gurgle, and Carrie passed it over. Mum and son, loved and loving. There remained no sign of the injuries which had taken them from one dimension to the next. Each was reduced and expanded to the purest form of themselves. Alfie, Carrie. Even the teddy's ear was unchewed. Carrie floated, holding Alfie in her arms. Life had contained despair and joy, but she knew now that despair would never return. Only joy remained, a formless, free, exhilarating joy, expanding around them both till the universe decided to end, till matter and spirit became as one and threw itself into the void. Till then, mother and son would drift, smiling, thankful, and together again at last.